Welcome to this video overview of Economic Nexus and SureTax. In this tutorial, we'll cover how to learn how close your locations are to reaching the Economic Nexus thresholds for a state, and how to set up notifications to alert you when these thresholds have been reached. After logging into SureTax, we arrive on the dashboard map. This map can be tailored to display different items, so let's have a look at Nexus Jurisdictions. Individual states have their own respective standards for when an economic nexus needs to be set up. The relevant factors are revenue amount and number of transactions, and a state may require economic nexus registration when one or the other of these thresholds is met, or when both are met. The Nexus map helps you see at a glance how close each state is to reaching its economic nexus thresholds, and if any state has exceeded them. This map currently shows most states as having at least one or more Nexus jurisdictions active, but we don't currently have any states in blue or purple, which would indicate that a state is nearing or has exceeded its thresholds. By hovering over a state, we can see its current amount of revenue and number of transactions, as well as what thresholds apply for that state. If you want to set when, and whether, you receive notifications for how close a state is to reaching its economic nexus thresholds, you can do that in Account Settings. It's in the menu under Configuration. In the middle of the Account Settings screen we have Economic Nexus. All users have Economic Nexus turned on by default. Notifications for how close a state is to reaching its economic thresholds, however, are turned off at first. You can enable them here. Assuming notifications are enabled, you can choose the percentage, up to 100%, of how close states should be to reaching those thresholds when you receive notifications for it. The system lets you choose 2 points at which you'll receive notifications, but the first threshold should be between 0 and 80%, while the second must be between 81 and 100%. You can set these notification points independently for revenue and transaction amounts. After selecting when to receive notifications, you can choose who receives those notifications based on user role. I currently have client admin and client user selected to receive notifications, but I can add more from the list. To remove a user role from the notification field, click the X next to it. Let's say, however, that you're particularly concerned about a certain state which is getting a lot of transactions, and you'd like to receive notifications sooner for just that one state. You can do that here by adding an exception, and then selecting the states for which that exception applies. I currently just have Alabama selected, but I could add other states to this exception, or add more exceptions that I want to tailor to individual states. This concludes our tutorial. Thanks for watching our video on working with economic thresholds in SureTax.